My story is that even though I'm an academic dean, I really see myself very much as an entrepreneur. I see my college as a vehicle through which we advance women. Our goal is to advance the world one woman at a time. I really believe in women's education, and I believe that in this next wave, in this recovery, that women are going to be the ones who are going to make the difference in terms of their engagement in communities. The return on investment is going to be enormous. I think we've seen that around the world in terms of investment in women from a microfinancing perspective, and I see that entrepreneurship is really the key to advancing women. Like I said, see myself as a small business owner. This is a college of 320 women. I look at our profit and loss very much from that perspective. I try to incorporate those things about entrepreneurship that I think are important in terms of everything from having the best elevator speech to be a scalable business, to be a business that returns to the community. And I do employ business practices in my work as an academic dean. So I think I'm a bit of an unusual academician, but what I see happening with my students is that they really need to see a practitioner in action. How do we take the theory and apply it to the real world, and how do we look at the real world from that vision of changing the world for the better on behalf of the people of Colorado? So being the Dean of the Women's College of the University of Denver gives me the opportunity to run that business in a way that gives a great ROI to Denver and to Colorado. My vision-inspired big idea. Well, the University of Denver was absolutely the great place to have this kind of big idea because the university had gone through such a renaissance. And we have, I think, the only building in the country that's solely dedicated to women that was built in the 21st century, and this amazing women's college that brings in women from Colorado to study and to be leaders in their communities. And so when I looked at the college when I arrived, it had been a great college, it had served the women well, but what was the purpose? What was the vision in the 21st century for a women's college? And so what we did was we envisioned this new direction for the college, taking the needs of the women in the Rocky Mountain West, interestingly, both the strengths and the needs. So we looked at where are women strong in this region. They're strong in their entrepreneurship. Small and mid-sized businesses drive the Rocky Mountain West economy, and women drive entrepreneurship. They're strong in policy and political leadership. The Colorado State Legislature has the greatest number of women serving in it, and yet we still haven't had a woman who's governor, still haven't had a woman who's mayor of Denver. And then philanthropy, amazing women philanthropists here, but who was telling their story, and what was it about the philanthropy here in Denver that was making a difference for women? So we took those strengths and saw the gaps and said, this is our vision. Our vision is to be a college that will teach about entrepreneurship, teach about political leadership and public policy, and teach about philanthropy in ways that women can then turn that back around into their communities. And entrepreneurship leads in this endeavor because all of those attributes require someone who has the vision and the purpose and the drive and the resiliency of a contemporary entrepreneur. So that's what works for us. That's our big vision. Well, the one thing I think is really important is we often talk about entrepreneurs having big dreams. But when I talk to my students about their big dreams, I always say to them, what's the plan to get to the big dream? And so I think that for entrepreneurs, really having not just the vision, but the plan is absolutely essential. I think the other thing, and you've touched on this in your research, is what are my strengths? So what is it that I bring to the table as an entrepreneur? What are those things? You know, for me, they're things like really being committed to the cause, ideation, being strategic, so knowing my strengths, and then how do I build my business from that? And who do I surround myself with? I mean, that's really important because people think that entrepreneurs are solo acts, and they're not. In order to scale your business, you've got to build up. And so who are the people around you that you need who also bring a set of strengths? They may not be yours, but between all of you, you create that whole. That's what we're doing here at the Women's College. As I build my team here, I look at my strengths and I think, all right, who else do I need around the table? Because in order for us to sustain our business and to grow our business, we need to have those voices at our leadership table. And so my advice to entrepreneurs, again, is have the big dream, have the plan, understand your strengths, and build the team around you to bring in strengths that perhaps you don't have, and together you actually build the right formula for success and scalability. I really believe that entrepreneurship and women entrepreneurs are going to be the difference in this turnaround in the economy. And that's what's next, and that's what's exciting. I think that there are many times when opportunities seem a little slim, and I find that it's the women who see, okay, this is my chance to get in the game and really make a difference. And I believe women entrepreneurs are going to make a difference here in Colorado, in the Rocky Mountain West, and quite frankly, across the country. I'm excited for what's next.